Hi, everyone. All right, we are going to continue on with lesson 3 in phonics. Today, we will be working on page 13. But before we do that, as always, I would like to first practice saying the sounds in the words that we will be reading this week. So, I am up here, line 1. I'm going to say the sound aloud, and you may say it after me. Here we go. Ooh, E, ah, a. Good. Line 2. I, ooh, o. Line 3. Ooh, o, uh. Line 4. A, e, sh, ooh. Good. And I would also like to quickly review the word parts for words we will be reading this week. Please take a look at part C. The letters are U-N. The sound is un. The letters are D-I-S. The sound is dis. The letters are A-B-L-E. The sound is able. The letters are F-U-L. The sound is full. All right, so page 13, up at the top, letter F, where it says passages. And it says to read each part of the story, and that's what we're going to do first. So, please take a look at part 1. You may pause the video. You may read part 1 to yourself, and then resume the video, and you may follow along with me. This essay is entitled Room to Grow. Here we go. Part 1. No, Carl, you may not go until you clean your room. Look at it. I bet a baboon would turn up his nose at it. I have been telling you for 3 days to clean it. If you start soon, you could get to the beach by about noon. Then his mom left the room. This put me in a bad mood, Carl said to his dog, Tattoo. I want all of this stuff. There is just too much for this room. Do you see that hoop? Coach Green gave it to me. I can't part with it. I like that big stool too. I got it cheap at a yard sale last week. I might use it someday. Carl sat on the bed. I need to think about this, he said to Tattoo. All right, for part 1, I would like you to think about these questions. Where did Carl want to go? What did Carl's mom tell him to do? What problem did Carl have in his room? Okay, let's move on to part 2. Again, you may pause the video and read it to yourself, and then resume the video and follow along with me as I read. Here we go. Part 2. After a while, Carl got up. He started to pick things up. He made his bed. Then he slid the hoop from Coach Green under the bed. It fits, Tattoo, he said. I wish the stool were flat so I could slide it under the bed. Carl stopped and said, My room is cleaner, but I am still not through. Carl dusted his desk and then swept with a broom. There was a lot of dust. Soon the room started to look clean. Well, Tattoo, Carl said, what shall I do with that stool? It may have been a steal, but it may have to go. Tattoo just gave Carl a glum look. Wait, Carl yelled. I have it. Okay, so for part 2, I'd like you to think about the following questions. Where did Carl put his hoop from Coach Green? What thing did Carl have a problem with? All right, let's move to part 3. And once again, you may pause the video and read part 3 to yourself, and then you may resume the video and follow along with me. Here we go. Carl left his room and went down to the yard. When he came back, he had 3 pots with plants in them. He put the stool in the corner by his window. He put 1 plant on top of the stool and the rest on the steps. Mom, Carl yelled, now my room is clean. Come and see it. Mom came in and smiled. Carl's room was neat and clean. Then she saw the stool in the corner. It is more than a stool, Mom, Carl said. It is also a plant stand. Those plants need light to grow. Look at this rose. It's about to bloom. I got the whole root when I dug it up. Now may I go to the beach? Okay, so for part 3, I'd like you to consider the following questions. What did Carl make the stool into? What did Carl put on the steps of the stool? Okay, and back up at the top in section F, we read the story, and now we are going to take a look at the pictures below, and we're going to write the story part that goes to each of the pictures. So here is picture 1, picture 2, picture 3. You may reread the essay and please figure out which picture goes with which part, and you may write on the lines below. Nice job, everyone.